Hello and welcome to today's October 28th second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. Today I want to cover the current status of the stimulus check situation and what's going on, some predictions about the time frame of when a stimulus might happen. According to Nancy Pelosi, a deal can still get done. However, she and Steve Mnuchin held 0 minutes of meetings yesterday, so I'm not sure where that optimism is coming from. President Trump says nothing will happen, in his opinion, until after the election, and that he will do a big stimulus after he is reelected. I will also cover why not passing a stimulus package soon could have terrible consequences for the United States of America. Now, if you're a subscribed member of my community, welcome back. I've got information to share with you. If you're not, consider subscribing. Okay, I do want to just say to my community, please right now be very conscious of any money or resources that you do have. The stock market is going to become volatile depending on who is elected or re-elected. The economy is going to become volatile. We're coming into tumultuous times, and I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just saying be conscious of where you're spending your money that is in 401ks and the stock market. Things could get bumpy. Okay, now President Trump said yesterday that he plans to pass a big stimulus package if he is reelected. He said it will be the biggest stimulus package you have ever seen. Now, there were no details on that. And from what the president has said, that doesn't necessarily mean the number will be big, but the focus will be big. One of his big issues is he does not want to bail out poorly run local government, but he has been in big favor of sending more money to the American people. Steve Forbes made a prediction that if Trump wins, what you could see is much bigger direct-to-the-people stimulus checks versus bailing out the government. So anyway, these are just some things that I'm reading right now. Now, Nancy Pelosi, in a letter to her Democrat cohort, said, "Republicans have failed the American people and the life of our democracy." She said Republicans have failed not by accident, but by decision. So she is blaming this not getting a deal done because the Republicans wouldn't move from 1.9 trillion to 2.2 trillion. She is fully putting the blame on the Republican Party and on Steve Mnuchin and President Trump. President Trump fired back by saying that if anyone is to blame, it is Nancy Pelosi. She is the reason the American people are not getting money before the election. So the blame game continues. But I want to go over why this could be so bad for the United States and specifically the American people. There is a real potential that if Joe Biden wins the seat of president, that we won't see a stimulus until February of 2021. At which time it is believed that Democrats will then fall back to the original HEROES Act of $3.4 trillion. The reason that this is bad is we were promised a deal in July. If nothing happens until late February, that's 8 months. Okay? The other reason that I think that it's bad is the $3.4 trillion sounds like a big number, right? It sounds like, yay, that's a win. That doesn't go to help you and I, right? So if we have to go from November, December, January, and February, that means that all those people on unemployment didn't get money for 4 months. That means that you didn't get a stimulus check for additional 4 months, right? And all of that extra money in the $3.4 trillion package, that just goes to state and local governments. $900 billion to state and local governments, which doesn't really help you and I, right? And it would have to be a bigger package because now we're going to go 4 or 5 months more with no stimulus relief from our government. So it could be very bad. Now, if the economy stays locked down, and there are no stimulus checks, and there's no unemployment until February, this means tens of millions of more Americans will slip into poverty. Economists are already saying that since March of this year, 8 million people have fallen into poverty. It also won't stimulate the economy between now and February. That means that there won't be money to spend going into the holidays. That means that there could be more people laid off. That means that there certainly won't be more hiring because there won't be confidence, there won't be income, there won't be that stimulus money, right? Right now, we've been averaging 800,000 people laid off a week. So now you continue that trend for another 4 months. That could be very bad. Now, to make matters worse, unemployment typically doesn't cover those that are self-employed and their business is struggling, or those that are gig workers and they didn't make enough money. However, in the original CARES Act crafted by Mitch McConnell, it has given money to self-employed people and gig workers. It has given them that unemployment help from March all the way through December 31st. But we're quickly coming up on December 31st, which means those who have been receiving it that are self-employed or a gig worker, their unemployment runs out, right? And there may or may not be enough jobs. Right now, they're saying that there are 2 people for every job opening. If you're trying to find a job, you know that what I'm saying is true. This could also trigger a huge wave of foreclosures as tens of millions of people are unable to pay their rent, which means that there are tens of millions of landlords who are not able to take that money and pay property taxes or their mortgage payment. So that could lead to a massive foreclosure, even worse than the Great Recession, which was just awful. It was awful. This also means that many schools will remain closed, which means parents of young children aren't able to go to work, because how do you leave a young child unattended to do homeschool? I mean, there's already states that are threatening to arrest parents because junior high and high school kids aren't getting on all of their Zoom meetings. It's crazy. It's crazy. If there isn't money to stimulate the economy by Thanksgiving, it will be sad, sad holidays. They're already saying don't be around family. But if there's no stimulus, this could mean more job cuts, less holiday work gigs and opportunities, which could mean lower sales and lower profits. Now, you might be saying, hey, talk to us about the people, not sales and not profits of companies, you jerk. But sales and profits is what creates jobs. So we do need those sales, and we do need companies to be profitable, or else they lay off workers and they don't hire new workers. Now, remember, what we're going through is what's called a K-shaped recovery, where it drops and part of the economy is recovering very, very quickly, and another part, sadly, is not recovering, or it's actually worsening. If all areas of the economy were a V-shape, then we would have no need for stimulus. But the politicians know that there is a need for stimulus, and they've gone back to their home states to campaign. It's just incredibly disappointing, right? Numbers don't lie. Politicians lie. So things are not looking good. And as of right now, it does not look like there will be stimulus before the election, even though Steve Mnuchin has said if we can get something signed, money can go out within 1 week. Now, yesterday, there were no stimulus negotiation discussions between Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin. It just did not happen. It's like they've just given up or something. I don't understand it. The American people need help. And you're not even meeting? If it is true that nothing's going to happen before the election, then thank goodness the election is next week. Now, I'm not telling you all of this so that you'll change who you're going to vote for. You go vote your conscience. Go vote for who you think is going to help with the economy. I'm I'm just talking numbers and time frames here today. However, if the outcome is tight, it may still take time to get a stimulus check, because there could be lawsuits on I won, no I won. It could go back and forth. So unless there's a major landslide, we may not know who the next president is for weeks or months, which means stimulus probably isn't going to happen right away either. These are hard times, my friends. Former presidential candidate Andrew Yang tweeted this morning, "Not getting a relief bill done prior to the election is a massive failure, both because people are suffering right now and because the political dynamics after Election Day may change in a way that makes passage harder. As usual, the people come last." It's very sad. All right, now this is my update for today. If I learn anything more, I will come on and share. As I mentioned yesterday, until the election, I'm only going to come on if there's actual information to share and updates. Tonight, my wife and I, if we can rearrange our schedule, we're going to try to come on and do a live, give you guys something to listen to or interact with us that's something positive. It seems like everything's negative news right now. So if we can rearrange some things with our children, we'll come on either on her channel or my channel. But anyway, it'll certainly be better than just watching negative news. Stay strong, friends. I know that many are struggling. I know that many are wondering, where's the next food coming from? Where's money going to come from? People are desperately trying to find a job. I know that these are hard times. I've lived through them myself. I don't wish them on people. I don't wish them on you. I wish good things on you. As I wrap up, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. Don't give up. Keep going, keep trying, keep believing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.